Another faggot. They made you fall in love. He ain't nothing but a mulatto faggot. He is a faggot. Let me say it again. He is a faggot. You might not have heard it here. He's a faggot. You want to know why these crackers put him in office? My brother, he's a faggot. For anybody who's blind and can't see what you're looking at, excuse me, sister in the back, he's a faggot. Thank you. I just want to make sure anybody didn't hear what I just said about this goddamn faggot that you fell in love with. I ain't mad at you. I'm going to yell and cuss at you because I need you to get it out your system now before he bring us more to hell. This is the same goddamn faggot mulatto that blames colonialism on Africa. Blames colonialism. Where crackers raped and murdered and tortured African people. Talking about, I can detail colonialism better than anybody, but Africans need to stop talking about it. Colonial, goddamn faggot, shut up. Hell, you mean we need to stop talking about it? How we gonna do something about it? We don't even talk about it to start with to see how we got in the condition. You too busy bending over, taking different kind of approaches to different type of things. Got children in here, y'all know what I'm saying. That's a metaphor. Don't try to visualize it. It's kind of nasty. I don't trust no dude anyway. Can't make his own goddamn woman put no clothes on. I don't understand that one. If I got a woman, she walk with me, I can make her put some clothes on. Now, you say you can't make a woman do nothing. I can leave her home. But I tell you what, ain't nowhere in the world a man gonna rise to the top office in the country and ain't got enough class and dignity to know that his wife, who'll be there for the first time to see a beautiful black woman in that position, should be the most elegant, well-spoken black woman that we can think of so that it can uplift our whole race. And that sister has the potential to do that. But this punk is so weak, because he a punk. You should know it, but you should smell a faggot coming around the corner. Y'all listen to what I'm saying. How you gonna have a woman at that level, and you a real man, and she can't find a way to put no damn clothes on? Come on, man. Sisters don't get that. I'm talking to you. Thank you, black man. Some of y'all brothers know what I'm talking about. When you're a man, you just don't tolerate it. I don't care how they feel about it. The bottom line is, I gotta protect you. You need to look protectable. I came to protect every whore walking down the damn street with a thing, walking down the street with a hand. I mean, I can't do it. Too much work.
You know what? I want to ask you just a couple of things I want to ask you. I know you said that you talked about the corruption in the Department of Homeland Security in the area that you work. But a lot of folks would say that you brought this on to yourself because, like, it's like you gave them the bullets to put in the gun to use to shoot you with, the character assassinate you. Because even the clip we played about you saying that President Obama is a mulatto faggot, I mean, they didn't even play that part on CNN. They just played a snippet of that audio. But the fact that you said, you know, Obama is a mulatto faggot, and you talked about Michelle Obama, some people might think of you as being homophobic and even sexist and chauvinistic.
Well, I'm definitely against homosexuality, so I'm not going to use the term homophobic, even though I think any intelligent person should be afraid of a mind and a mentality that a male wants to sexually violate another male. That's pretty frightening that somebody's mind works that way, but I wouldn't classify myself as homophobic. I say I'm an African. I'm a black man, and a black man is supposed to be with a black woman. And if a black man wants to be with anybody other than a black woman, then he's made a mistake. He's made the wrong decision. He doesn't adequately understand what it means to be a black man. And I say the same thing for a black woman. The only proper mate for a black woman is a black man. So, yeah, I'm against homosexuality, and that's my job, to save my race. Anybody who is relevant to the black race at this time would have to be fighting against homosexuality if they consider themselves a social activist on behalf of African people. The relevant thing that our children are dealing with is sexual abuse. If you're out here calling yourself a Pan-Africanist or a community activist and you're not addressing sexual abuse of our children and the resulting behavior, misbehavior, which is homosexuality, which they're pushing on our men, women, and children, then what are you addressing? And so, in that capacity, to some degree, I did bring it on myself because The job I was working was just a job. That's how I financed my ability to save my race. But at the end of the day, the job is used to save the race. It's used to finance to save the race. It's not that I use the nationalism to do nothing for the job. So who I really am is the African trying to save my race. That's just a way that I finance it. So if I had to say something that would be used against me at the job and say you got to go, but then I just have to go. Or whatever happens, but at the end of the day, my job is my fiduciary responsibility is to my race. I can't say, well, I would say this. Well, I could, but I just choose not to. I could say it, but I'm not going to say. I could say that homosexuality is killing our people, but if I say that, then I'm attacking the whole infrastructure that's trying to destroy my people. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my job. Now I'm making $115,000 a year, and I know that by doing what I'm doing, at some point. I've been working there 4 years. I know at some point if the jig is going to be up, but I'm not going to not fight for my people to try to save a job that's not guaranteed to me anyway.
What about the fact you said Obama is a mulatto faggot? What do you mean by that? What were you referencing?
I'm referencing the fact that not only is he a practicing white sex offender, but that he's mulatto. He's not a black man. We keep calling him a black man, but we forget he comes from the white womb. And Chancellor Williams told us in the destruction of black civilization. And we can just see it around in our everyday lives. We can see this in our everyday lives. As a class, the mulattoes side against black people. They work, matter of fact, Chancellor Williams said they'd have been the best agent in support of white domination of black people. It has been the mulatto. And if we look at whenever whites start creating a bunch of mulattoes throughout history, whether it was in Haiti, whether it was in Kemet, ancient Africa, whenever they want to seize control of an African region or do harm to black people in a very massive, direct way, they do not like to do it themselves because it creates a backlash of black people against white authority. They would prefer to put a black, or if not black, one of their children with a darker tint, that they have a mulatto child, in the position to assault black people. So as a class, the mulatto class has always, as a class, fought against black people. As individuals, there have been a few good mulattoes here or there. But in general, they side and do harm to black people. And that's what we see in the case of Barack Obama. He's a white sex offender that's promoting white sex, homosexuality, and sexual degeneracy in black communities in America, throughout the continent of Africa. He's promoting the worst type of misbehavior and social dysfunction to our people he can possibly promote. And he comes from the white womb, so we shouldn't be surprised of it. Matter of fact, that's part of the reason why he was put there. In reference to what I said about Michelle Obama, I think anybody should be able to be reasonable and understand. What I said was, and if you look at the People magazine cover with her on it, why is a black woman in the position of the president's wife wearing lace and lingerie on the cover of a magazine? You have never before seen a president's wife being paraded around before the world as a sexual object. It is eerily reminiscent of slavery, and it does nothing to help the self-esteem of our daughters. It doesn't do anything to help us as black men to convince our daughters not to go in the direction of being half naked and wanting to be a sexual object. All it does is it reinforces the idea that black women are sexual objects, and that's all they're good for. So if she wanted to do something that was a statement, she should get a natural hairstyle, which would make black women around the world who are bleaching their skin and hating what they look like and frying their heads to realize they can be natural, they can love themselves, because the president's wife loves herself if she wanted to do something. But instead, she chooses to go out half-dressed, and so it was inappropriate.